So underneath the vehicle, I'm gonna take off this cover here. The cover has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws for this. I'm gonna take off this to put it to the side. So very simple. These usually don't turn, so you probably have to put it vice grip on it, but I loosened them before for transmission flush, so they're pretty loose. But you see this one's kind of jammed, but this should all come off just like this, and this thing should just pop open, all of them, and then you're good to go. Guy doesn't open on you, you're gonna use the vice grip to hold on to it, and all I can say is good luck. So I'm gonna get this guy out, and then we should have the cover out. It's a bad design. Aluminum into metal. Of course it's gonna lock up. And I had this thing open probably 4 months back, doing a flush, not even 4 months back, a few months. So I'm gonna get that cover out. Gonna get this cover out. So just push back on it. You're gonna see all kinds of crazy stuff down here. That can sit down there. Okay guys, I'm gonna take you guys one thing at a time. So my antifreeze is still draining. So we're gonna take off this clamp right here. You can take off this 10 millimeters and move this whole thing away, but I don't like to do that. I'd rather take off these vacuum lines. So I'm gonna just play around with this little guy to break the grip loose. And make sure you don't squeeze it, because if you squeeze it, you will break it. So just want to break the grip loose on this. And once the grip breaks loose, sometimes I end up breaking stuff, but just take it easy. It's plastic, you know. So I just want to take off all the lines, and I'm going to try to keep this pipe as one piece. And we're still over here. We're going to remove this little guy right here. There you go. That's out of the way. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go get more tools. Okay, next step, I'm gonna loosen this, okay? And I'm gonna loosen this, okay? Whatever is the best option. If it comes this way, that way, or if they both come off, easy, good for me. But over time, within 10 years, this is gonna become so hard that if you try to take it apart, it's not gonna come apart. And if you wanna go with the, you know what? Let's take off the whole filter housing, so everything can just stay as one piece. So there's a couple of clips on this little guy, and I'm gonna go get another tool. Okay, so we're gonna take off this clip right here. I'm using this fork. If you don't have this fork, you could use, they usually break, but you could use this or a flathead screwdriver. So my car is kind of high because I'm flushing the antifreeze from the bottom. So I want to disconnect this sensor also right here, and there you go. Once you disconnect the sensor, this whole thing should lift out of here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this whole piece together, or if you want, you know what, we don't want to break nothing, so we're gonna leave it as it is. So we're gonna have to, okay, we're gonna take off the 10 millimeter right here. Very important you keep this safe, and make sure you don't drop nothing inside the engine or inside the exhaust. So this guy's gonna come off, and this guy's gonna come off, and this whole thing's gonna start to move. If you want to take this off, it'd be all up to you. So what I'll do is, let's give it a attempt, you know? You never know if you got lucky here. So remember how we broke the grip loose on these and these pipes? Same thing. This thing is gripping on for so long that it's probably not gonna come out on us. So let's give it a try. You never know, you know? Yeah, we're gonna leave it alone. Okay, I had to take off these two vacuum lines. I tried to take it off here, they wouldn't come off, and then I took it off right here because this pipe has held themselves. So remember, pop this open, break the grip loose, and let's see if this baby all comes out as one piece. My tools are falling away. Let me move my tools. And what we're gonna do is, this whole thing comes off. Okay, now we're gonna take off this sensor right here. So this sensor is clipped on right here. So first, let's disconnect this little guy. You squeeze on this, and you pull this off. And you're gonna squeeze this little tab right here. This guy's gonna come out of there. We gotta take this off right here. Most likely it's gonna break unless you take it easy, but usually they break, and you could use a strap tie after that. Okay, there you go. And this guy comes out of this housing right here. So let's open this up. So if you're putting a new sensor, this will be the process right here. You're gonna need a socket 7x18. This is 3/8 dry long ratchet, so it gives us good leverage. So we're gonna turn this counterclockwise, and that's how you're gonna turn this baby out of there. And you turn, and this guy is gonna come out. Simple and easy. Look at that. We're gonna put this to the side. Our sensor, this is the upstream sensor, okay? Bank 1, sensor 1. This only has bank 1, even though they call it a bank 1. If it's a V6, then you have then it's a different story. So I'm gonna get the correct tool for this, and we're gonna just finish it out really quick. So we put this tool on just like that. Make sure you don't damage the cable there, okay? Go easy on the sensor. And oh god, we dropped the little guy from right here. The little grommet from right here. But I don't know why it was sitting there in the first place. But we're gonna lock this up nice and tight, and this guy goes in right here. Usually my clips here break, but it's not going anywhere, so this can just sit right here. It'll snap into there, and this goes into this clip right here, and then the sensor connects right there. Okay, so that's done. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to fish that little piece, and then we'll come back. And that's it. Everything is done. And make sure you put the 2 bolts here. Make sure you put the vacuum line, one is here and the other one's here, and then the airflow sensor. If you don't put that in, your car is probably gonna not start or act stupid. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to put the oil in. Don't forget to put the coolant in. And I'm gonna do a separate video on the coolant, so we're gonna continue a little bit further. But then you gotta let the car run. It's gonna cycle, and the coolant's gonna cycle everywhere. It's probably gonna go down, so you're gonna have to check it twice. Every other day, you're gonna have to check for a few days, and it should be good after that.